Alright guys, it's Team 3 Star back with another One Piece Banners video, and in today's video we're looking at Green Kid, Green Law, the budget Klaw, whatever you want to fucking call it. Shoutouts to Vect OPBR for requesting these units. I did have a poll, well not really a poll, it was more of a community post showing my account for people that you guys want to see me use. And I've actually used this kid a lot back in the day. If you're like an old viewer of mine, you probably already know. I actually did top rank him when Rodin was like meta, so it was really painful. And this is clip, I might put it around here. What the fuck, dude? I literally just got one tapped by Roger Basic with Kid. What? Excuse me? Of me getting one tapped by a Roger, and I was pissed off. I sound like a bitch too, so like I'll probably put it there if I can find it. But yeah, so like I said, I played this kid a lot, so I actually kind of know what I'm doing with him. But I will say both of these units, super old, not the greatest, but they are kind of interesting in their own ways. So take a look at this kid though. Like I said, this is the metal set I'm rocking. I actually just fixed it. This is the original metal set I actually had for him when I did the top rank. Except for instead of Sangoro, it was Trans Sanji, or whatever you want to call him, the Shambles one. And I'll tell you why I put that in for the first place. So for the first metal, it's double cook metal. It's when a crit occurs. Fuck, you get a HP recovery 3%. Can't be me doing commentary without me fucking up something. Fucking hell. And then you have event Usohachi. This is when you get critical again. You get skill 2 3%, and then also you have Frenosuke. When you perfect dodge, you get 80% crit boost for 20 seconds, which is actually a pretty good metal for like characters that you just want to kind of like pop off. I feel like it's kind of an underrated one. Maybe I might make a full like Frankie said and just try it on like different units. I feel like that might be kind of interesting. For the tags though, we have a Land of Wano, skill 1 20%. Straw Pirates, skill 2 20%, and then as well as I think that's it actually. Yep. I was actually, if I would have put Sanji, the trans one that I was talking about, I think it's 1 or 2% heal back per crit. I would have got, I think Cook was the other one with cap speed, which isn't great. And you'll see why I'm not using damage reduction sets like Rumble on this guy. You'll see why I'm doing that. For his skills though, he has Attract, Repel. This skill, by the way, probably has the most range in the game. It's almost a full range snipe in Marineford. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a clip of that so you can see how far it goes, because I think I shot it from spawn of, what's that map called, Fishman Island, to their spawn, and I actually almost hit the Big Mom. It was just short, so it has really good range. So it's close range area attack. After that's long range area attack with knockback effect. Nullify stagger for a set period of time. I'll tell you right now, both these skills say nullify stagger, but you can't get hit off of it pretty easily. So it's not really nullify stagger, but it is. You'll see why. It also decreases attack at level 5. The skill attack for the first hit is 316. The attack reduction is 10% for 20 seconds, and then the second one is 237 with knockback, and the skill's on a 20-second cooldown, which is pretty quick. And then we have I'll kill you right here and now. This skill is actually really cool. One of my favorite like looking skills in the game, probably, honestly, because it's just so cool. It begins charging by holding down the skill button. Your attack will you will attack after a certain amount of time has been pressed after letting go of the skill button. I think this guy might have had the first ever charge skill. It's either him or Sengoku. I can't really remember what it was, so that's kind of something else to note as well. When it finishes though, you get a different attack and nullify stagger a set period of time. When you're charging, it actually does hits, 75 attack for 4 hits. When it's not charged though, you do a 418 attack with knockback. When it's charged up all the way, it's 633, which is pretty good. Also knockback, but it's also on a 50-second cooldown. So it's pretty long to get. That's why I'm using a lot of skill 2 cooldown with the crits. So looking at his character traits though, like I said, this guy is a defender, but the problem is he has a lot of attacker traits, a lot of crit, increased damage, damage increase in treasure. Not a lot of damage reduction besides the defense buff he gets later that I'll talk about as well. So it is actually better to rock an attack setup with him. Like I said, the crit setup is better. But if you do want to rock him and you do play like damage reduction, you can just make sure you have a little bit of attack on him, because either way he's not going to be taking too much. I think attack and defense might be the best. No HP, but I'm doing a little bit of everything. So when you're down, you get an attack boost by 30% for 10 seconds, which is pretty good. When somebody dies on your team, you get 300% crit boost. that's why I'm using skill 2, because that one pops a lot. You got a multi-hit. The normal attacks can get you that cooldown pretty quickly as well. When in your treasure, you get a 30% damage increase. When you use skill 2, you get a 30% defense buff for 20 seconds. The skill you have to remember, it's 50-second cooldown, so you'll get it for about like almost half of it for that defense buff. When in your own treasure, you get skill 2, 50%, and then you also get increased damage though 20% when you have more flags, and then you have a little HP thing for the boost too. Like I said, this guy, it's really weird because I give him a lot of attack things and a lot of crit, attack boost, and there's only one defense buff, but this guy is a defender, so you can play him a little bit aggressive, but him being an old unit, he's probably gonna get dog walked by a lot of the meta. I know Big Mom is kind of hard to fight. Klaw, I would say, is not too hard just because you have type advantage and you do have a lot of damage increase traits. It's like 50-50, I guess. Shanks, you're gonna get dicked on. Even Roger can kind of give you a run for your money. So this guy, like I said, he kind of falls off a little bit, but he's a really fun unit, I think. Not the worst, but not the best. And then for the second unit, we're looking at Green Law. This guy is actually very interesting. He has a very, very interesting skill that I'll get to later. He's probably, I think, the only unit that does this anyway. In the entire game, which is pretty interesting. For the metal set though, we're rocking cap speed, so it's Billa White metal, Scapul metal, and Walpole metal. Those are the percentages, a little bit of everything, a lot of attack actually, which is pretty decent. So for his first skill, he has amputation. This skill really needs a rework, honestly. It's a mid-range area attack though, with the chance to inflict confuse. It's 3 hits. It's 3 hits, but then the confuse hits for the fourth one. The skill attack is 243. Another thing to note, because it's 3 hits, you actually can't get King off the flag with this, which is really bad. In a perfect world, maybe make it like 5 hits, because it's a really cool skill, but it also needs Nullify Stagger, because you can get hit out of it pretty easily. What I try to do is, I either try to combo cancel into it with the 1-2, because this guy's normal is actually really good still, or I perfect dodge into it, because you're going to get hit off of it. And this is the one that I'm talking about, the Shambles one. Or Chambrez, whatever the fucking the game calls it. So it trades places with the closest enemy within a certain range. The range is really long too. He's the only unit to do that, to switch spots, because like I'll give you an example, like Laffy, he brings them to him, but this guy switches, so you can do some pretty cheeky things. I think in one of the matches I was fighting a Big Mom with him, and I swapped her into the tornado, and she kind of died after a while. She killed me, but I killed her with the tornado, which is pretty interesting. So you can kind of like benefit from like the map hazards. Like I know Dressrosa with the fish, you can teleport them out. That one's a pretty cheeky play you can do. The tornadoes, like I said, or you can also do something like the Sabaody bubbles, the what's it called, the little, I forget what they're called, but the boats in Water 7. So you can do some pretty cool things with that. Obviously, he doesn't do any damage. It's just mainly for utility. Looking at his traits, though, he doesn't have too much because he is, I think, year 1, actually. So he has 2 traits. When around your enemy's treasure, you get increased damage, though, by 30%. When around your own, you get skill 1, 50%. And then when you capture treasure, you get skill 1, 30% cooldown. And then when HP is more than 70%, you get 50% cap speed. And then you also get resist stagger when 97 or above. So it's pretty good. Like I said, these guys are really old anyway. Kid has a lot more with him because he is a lot newer compared to Law. Law is, like I said, year 1. But they're both pretty fun. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing, 80 kills, 9K games. But you can see some pretty interesting things that I do with these guys. For the support, though, we're rocking 165.4. Runner, Straw Pirates, Paramecia, Captain, New World, Worst Gen. A little bit of Grand Line, Attacker, and Defender. I was actually going to play Grand Line, but I felt like, once again, not putting a lot of defensive things on Kid to make them do as much damage as they can is decent for what it is. But like I said, though, both these guys, they're very interesting. Not the worst in the world, but they're not the best. They do need a lot of help when it comes to teammates. But I did get some pretty good wins. And actually MVP for one match, that was pretty interesting with Kid. But yeah, like I said, shoutouts to Vect, OPBR for requesting these 2 units. Let me know what you guys think about these guys. Are they bad? Are they good? Do you even use them? Are they just support for you? Things like that. Because I know a lot of people actually don't even have this green Kid max. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, with that being said, this Team 3 is our sign out. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace.
楽しいね。